Max,
Jimmy.
are we doing day in the life?
Yes, sir.
All right, I don't think this is gonna be a regular occurrence, but we're gonna do a day in the life to give everyone an update. I know there's been a lot of requests for it. The reality is the business is not as, what would you say, glamorous as it was in the past. We're not going on these fancy dinners. We're not doing all this traveling right now. We're not driving flashy cars. We're really just putting our head down and just working. So there's really not much excitement besides opening boxes and seeing what's in the boxes, the watches themselves. But it's currently just past 8:30. I usually get here around 7:30. But yeah, this is the new spot for now. I think to give everyone an update, I think there were some concerns about people seeing that we're going out of business because our lease is on the market. That's not the case at all, and I'll show you guys why. But this is our new temporary showroom. Get some lights on here. We got some new display cases, Max.
Yes, sir.
It's funny because people are gonna joke about how excited we are about these display cases, but I think they're really cool because they are branded Grand Caliber. They have a more felt material, so it's better for the watches. They don't scratch up as much or anything like that. So yeah, the team doesn't really come in until 9 o'clock. And so right now it's just really the marketing team and some operations doing some photography in the morning, which I'll show you guys. But yeah, this is the new space. Now people are wondering why we want to keep moving leases, okay? First and foremost, we inherited this lease. Our team wants to be in a different location, but more importantly, from a business perspective, insurance is the biggest factor. And here's why. We are on the second floor of a building, and there are weight restrictions on how many safes we can put. And Max, take a look. What do you see here? This is pretty bad. You see some cracks in the foundation. Yep. Now, everything has been approved by a structural engineer, not only our structural engineer that we hired, but the landlord structural engineer. But there are concerns about how many safes we can add. And so we are currently at the limit of safes that we can add, which doesn't help when we want to expand our business. Eventually, we're going to need more safes, increased insurance limit, and not going to happen here. So we are fully insured and certified. But this is where the glitz and glam happens. I mean, it's not as flashy as as people might believe, but this is our sales team. They operate here. Operations in that corner, marketing team there. I myself sit here, and then the shipping station, which I want to point out. We have 32 different cameras in this space, catching pretty much every angle of the store. But what most dealers don't have, unless they're, in my opinion, established, is a camera, not just like a normal camera or a phone camera, but a high depth camera that shoots down on the shipping table that will tell you exactly, they can read the label, they can read who it's from, the tracking number with a lot of clarity, and then exactly what watches are coming out of the shipping box. Because I think a lot of times people just open it and then you hope that it's the watch that you agreed upon, and sometimes there's no watches. So having that is big, especially sometimes clients will say, hey, I did ship this. We show them tape, hey, it did not come, whether it's an extra strap, cards, whatever the case may be. But yeah, this is the day in the life of Grand Caliber. It's not as flashy as it once was, but I think that's a good thing. We're just focusing on our business, answering leads, working with clients, and trying to keep the doors open, right? Just kidding, just kidding. All right, follow me this way. This is the YouTube studio that we've been using. Got a nice backdrop here. Typically, Nick and Marco will work together on some type of content. You know, we're trying to find content that can be scaled. I think, honestly, the watch space on YouTube is very saturated now. I think everyone is trying to do this like lifestyle, day in the life, where they're driving their cars, flying, and doing all these things. And one, it's expensive. Two, it's very repetitive now. And so I think the watch, just YouTube market is very saturated. So we're trying to find something that's in our lane, that's scalable, that we can do weekly to produce content. I know some of you guys have not been a fan of the recent things that we've done, so we're always tinkering and trying different things. But yeah, this is the current YouTube set. That's it. That's the day in the life so far. That's my part of my day in the life. Yeah. One of the issues that we have is how much money do we want to put in this space versus waiting to get out of this lease and going to a different space. So I think we've done enough to just make it presentable for our clients. But again, ideally we move into a different location. Now, you know, That's all I spend my day on now is like cleaning and decorating and painting walls. That's actually not the case. But yeah, welcome to Grand Caliber.
Guys, my name's Gavin. Y'all probably seen me in a few videos, not many. So kind of introduce myself today, go through what I do here. Do a lot of operational stuff as well though, obviously. I'm sure some of y'all that have come in have seen me, got to meet me. So we're just kind of go through our mornings and see how we do. We have quite a selection right now, quite a few watches. We got all these inserts in Friday. So we used to have to take all these watches off these pillows, put them on new pillows, put them all these inserts in. So now it's very easy. We just take everything out straight into the cases. So pretty much we just organize all the watches. We have a lot of our Tudors, Omegas, you know, Breitling stuff in these first cases. And as you kind of come along here, you know, the pieces gradually kind of step up, so to speak. As you can see here, we have a lot of, you know, Breitlings, Hublots, some kind of one-off crazy pieces. Dwayne Wade's personal Hublot right here. I mean, it's a crazy watch. Can't believe that's not sold yet. And as you go down, you'll see the watches get pretty nice.
What's your personal favorite, right, that we got right now?
So personally, actually I'm wearing something I'm loving right now is Explorer 2 16570. It's got that nice patina on the markers.
You just picked this up too, right?
Yeah, I just bought it yesterday. But before that, you cannot go wrong with a sub. I mean, 126610 LN, beautiful watch, goes with anything, dress it up, dress it down. I mean, it's amazing.
And that's what you owned previously, right?
Yeah, I've actually owned 3 subs. Every time I buy one, someone buys it off my wrist. And it's just kind of the nature of the game being here. I'd say like a piece for me that's not really obtainable right now, but new release, beautiful watch this year. Beautiful.
Yeah, that thing's nice.
Yeah, we have a lot of clients come in this year and bought this watch. Not this watch, but this exact model. So yeah, I mean, they're awesome. So let's get to work. We're gonna start putting these watches out and get our day going. Currently, we have a lot of heavy hitters in. It's for our last case. Right now, we have an AP offshore, full ceramic bracelet and everything. Beautiful, beautiful watch. And then we have an RM30 with factory diamonds. I mean, guys, doesn't get heavier than that. Got a factory meteorite Daytona, Oyster Flex. I mean, whew, the Ghost. It's him and hers right there. Then this is probably one of the thinnest, most complicated Pateks that I've ever seen personally. I mean, look how thin that is. Moon phase, date, day. I mean, it's for the thinness of that, that's insane. That's my morning putting out watches. Usually doesn't take too long. It's pretty simple, straightforward. But I mean, I enjoy doing it. I love seeing the watches every day. And it's definitely something to look forward to when I come in. So I love it.
All right, so everybody's been wondering what I've been up to. So we're trying to bring back the Day in the Life series, but I'll be honest with you guys. Is it very exciting what we do every day? Not particularly, but it is what it is. Most of my day consists of helping the team out with our leads, because we do get a lot of leads. Yeah, so my whole role right now has just been mostly the buyer. I focus every day on making sure everything that comes in is authentic. I mean, there's a pile of watches right here that just came in this morning that I bought. So, you know, after I buy everything, I commit to everything. We go through, we make sure everything is as described. That is the biggest thing that I take pride in, is making sure that the client gets exactly as described. We do our best to make sure that is always the case, you know. So, you know, just this is pretty much everything got shipped in today, along with all this stuff that we've already gone through. Bought a package of ladies' watches. There's actually more. I mean, just a little package, a little trio, you know. They need to get cleaned up, checked out. Some are quick set, some are non-quick. Like this is a non-quick. So some of the older generations don't even have the text at the bottom. You know, the superlative chronometer text, the officially certified text, they're just not even there. And that's going to be a non-quick. But yeah, mostly, like I said, mostly what I'm doing lately is just focusing on just selling watches. That we're very much in our lane with everything going on in the world, and we're not You know, we're not trying to do too much. We're also not trying to do too little. And by that, I mean, you know, we do our best to run our business as efficiently as possible. This is something I just got and I'm just marveling at. This thing is so cool. I love these beach Daytonas. Yeah, unfortunately watch only, but it's definitely genuine. I don't see any problems with it coming from a trusted source. They just asked us to see if we could try to sell it with our platform. We've definitely been moving a lot of Daytonas. I mean, I've definitely have honed in on manual Daytonas. I think that's just kind of like my forte.
What's up, guys? I have a client coming in tomorrow. His name is Joe. He has a budget of around 15 to 16K. He mentioned on the phone that he might up it to around 25K, so let's see what happens. How do you feel about Sky Dweller? Like the blue dial Sky Dweller?
Yeah, I've been open to that.
Okay, cool. Because
blue dial, I think a blue, white or black face would be.
Because you said flashy and you know you want to stand out a little bit, and I think this one kind of fits that bill, and it's around that price point that you're trying to be around. So
it's nice, lightweight.
I mean, I know it's on the top end of the budget, but you know, if you want something that's has that flash to it, yeah, that's definitely the one I recommend. We do have some other ones in that 15,000 range, but now you're talking about ones that like everybody can get. You might walk into a room full of business owners, like you say, and see the same one.
Have the same one.
Yeah, this one.
This one's a little bit more exclusive.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to say it's the most rare watch in the world at all, but I definitely, you know, it's definitely less common. Yeah. If you do like the black, we also have the black. You know, if you wanted to just have something that wasn't something harder to match, you know, this one will kind of go with everything.
Right.
You know, so we do have this one as well. So this one's called the Deep Sea. So that one's 44 millimeters.
I like the size.
Yeah.
Like you said, I think it's more it's more common. I think not more common, it's a little more understated.
Well, this one you'll probably never see anybody with that. Yeah.
It's classic.
Yeah. That one's gonna resemble the classic, like black on black sub. Right. But it's a 44 millimeter. It's a Deep Sea. You won't find many people wearing that one as well.
Oh, I see here.
Yeah, because that one's bigger.
Almost 13,000 feet. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
This one's an option, I think. I'm glad I saw this one.
Yeah.
I don't love I wish the band was maybe a little wider. It didn't taper. But the face looks. I think it's super cool. You're right. The extra size that does add a little bit to it.
Yeah. You like the Aquaterras? I mean, these are 40 millimeters, 41 millimeters, and you know they do have that kind of classic look with a strap. Or
I
you can go
before. I hadn't looked at those before.
42 millimeters. We have a gray side of the moon as well, which is, you know, you won't see that anywhere. That's ceramic, like what you're used to. And that's, I think, around 10,000, somewhere around there.
Can I maybe see this one?
Absolutely. And then that one, you know, let's say you didn't like the band, you can definitely go through, like Aaron, and kind of get a custom one done that, you know, you like better. With this one's rubber, it's going to be very durable. It's going to, you know, be very comfortable.
This is classic.
Yeah. And that has that gold that you were kind of, you know, you want.
Yeah.
Now, if you wanted to step the budget up to around 40,000, this is my favorite watch that we actually have in our inventory. This is called a Elise Nardine, and it's a skeleton tourbillon. So this one's $100,000 from the store, and we have it for 40,000. That one's like my favorite watch that we have. I just like showing everybody because I think it's incredible that somebody took like a $70,000 hit on that watch.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
If you wear this watch,
somebody's telling. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
Yeah, about this time is when you show up.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when it starts.
And again, I didn't show you just so you can consider it, but I'm glad you love it like I do. But it's actually an incredible piece. You know, I adore this watch. I really do.
This is the new release from Patek Philippe. It is the 6007G Calatrava, and it just looks absolutely phenomenal. And the slight changes they made are quite an upgrade and quite the way to make this watch feel far more sportier than it is. Not only does it feel like a dress watch, but it also now feels kind of like a sport watch. You know, you got a lot of carbon fiber woven into the strap, and you also have a little bit of carbon fiber look on the dial. And then you have some nice yellow accent stitching on the strap and a nice yellow second hand to complement that strap. And it does have the new updated caliber that they've just updated with the new rotor. Beautiful watch. Fantastic price point of only $36,000. This is a lot of watch to acquire for the money. If you guys like the new updates to the Calatrava T6007G, let me know in the comments below what you like and what you don't like about it.
Check out our inventory, guys. We are getting in so many watches. So we're starting to have our own sections. We've got a Hublot, Cartier section, Breitling section, Panerai section, a massive Omega Tudor section. Grand Seiko's in there. IWC has its own section. Then we have the miscellaneous section, some JLCs, tags, and then neo vintage Submariners. I mean, now they're just sprinkled in. And then over here you have a lot of your sport models. I mean, we're starting to get a lot of watches. We're expecting 40 more watches by the end of the day to come in. So what's going to happen is these cases are pretty cool. These inserts are interchangeable. So these two inserts will come out. We'll probably put in another 9, 18 watches here. Take this insert out, another 9 here. We might have to rearrange some of these inserts, but we are expecting about 40 more watches. And so it's a busy time, exciting time. We really need to revamp this high-end display case. Obviously we have the RM there, some vintage Daytonas, but yeah, there's a lot of higher end watches. Some of the higher end watches that we have are actually in our safes, like a Tourbillon Vacheron. Some of these watches are brand new. We don't want to set them out because it increases the likelihood of just something going wrong with those watches, or maybe even a minor scratch, which if these are brand new, we want to be very delicate with them. So those stay in the safe. If there is a particular client that's interested in it, we'll have it brought out in its box. But yeah, exciting times. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Day in the Life. Now, we won't have this every single week, but hopefully we will sprinkle some in throughout the near future. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. We'll see you next week.